Yeah, and for now, we're going to be loading into Amygdala. Over here in the bottom left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, we of course have our blue human player coming out from the land of China. Going to be one half of SC Boy, the cooler half.
Oh. The shade being thrown down.
Cooler half.
Hey, you hear that? You hear that? F91? Oh my god.
We have Xiaose.
Hi. That's funny.
I'm here to solve the drama.
Oh no. It's spawning in the top right-hand corner. We have
drama.
We have representing Invictus Gaming, the Chinese Protoss player playing his SC2 main race. It is MacSed.
You've just reminded me that Invictus Gaming is still around.
Yeah. IG.
And Invictus Gaming, obviously a very storied and very historic Chinese esports organization. They had a StarCraft 2 roster, a StarCraft roster, Warcraft 3, Dota 2 as well. I think they even had a Counter-Strike roster at one point. Very, very historic, but kind of, yeah, it feels like recently has not quite been has not quite been as dominant in Chinese esports as it used to be.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with when it comes to the other esports. I know that they, of course, had rosters in other games. But yeah, at least in SC2, they, for the most part, pulled out. They still, of course, technically have MacSed on their roster and still is representing them. I'm not too sure at what capacity. I mean, we do see MacSed from time to time, like, cast. He does rock up and alongside XY and does cast a little bit for SC Boy every now and then, like as a guest caster. So it's great to see him here as a competitor as well. And we'll see how he does perform as Xiaose is going to be playing human and once again opening up Archmage. If you recall, this is how he played in game 1 against Yakuzaku.
Humans versus Protoss. I'm curious to see this dynamic. Archmage, I was gonna say Archmage to me feels like a High Templar on steroids, but that's not true. It's the Lich is a High Templar on steroids. So
yeah. The Frostnovas were crazy, mate. It was insane.
Like, imagine Storm, but instant damage and... Oh, man.
Instant Storm, mate. Jesus.
And no friendly fire, yeah.
Yeah, and it also slows as well. Remember that. It also, if it doesn't kill you, it slows you down. It's crazy. From here, we do see Xiaose does rally a couple of workers as well, just to help deal with this before going back to mining. Is able to deal with the initial camp, get a couple of items as well, and work his way across the map. Meanwhile, another important factor specifically for this map, for Amygdala, is because the center goal base is morphed into a creep camp, it actually instantly gives you access to the center of the map, where there is a tavern, so you can actually make use of that. But for now, Xiaose is moving out with the Archmage.
Decently built. Has some gauntlets of ogre strength. I'm not actually sure what strength does here. I think that impacts your basic attack.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah, that impacts your basic attack, and I imagine agility is for...
if
it actually says what it is.
Yeah, you can hover over. So, mate, they you know everything. It's crazy.
It's like they realize that people will want to know what these stats mean.
It's insane. Oh my god.
But yeah, looking at this as well, because I know somebody earlier in chat was asking if armor types are a thing here, you know, like light, bio, mech, and stuff like that. It appears that it is. If we go to the Footman, they are bio units and also armored, so
yeah,
I imagine Marauders would do pretty well against them, which... I mean, I imagine they would. You get a guy with a bazooka shooting at a guy with a shield and a sword.
Yeah.
I imagine that would be pretty effective.
Exactly. So as you're saying, like, depending on the unit, they do have their own unique tags. Like you can see here, the peasants or the workers, they are light and biological. So they do apply those tags here to all the Warcraft 3 races to make sure, of course, that things are a little bit more balanced here with how units interact with each other.
I mean, every Warcraft game will be biological, but that's still important because obviously, but that's still important for balancing when it comes to the interactions with the StarCraft armies. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I say all of them, but I imagine things like Meat Wagon could be Yeah, like the meat wagon could be mechanical.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Could also
For sure.
have like I think orcs also have not meat wagons, but like
They have catapults.
another big tank kind of catapults. Those could be mechanical. Are Night Elf glaive throwers? Are they the ones that are riding the big cats, or am I thinking of
The glaive
something else?
throwers are
I know
like big
that, they have
catapults as well. They're, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
glaive. I know glaive throwers.
There you go. There you go. But I did
think
want
it's
to.
only Piranha that rides the cat.
I did want to bring up as well that, of course, Max said he was able to fully establish his natural base. He was left alone. He was able to fully wall off. Now getting a 30 as a solid economy, and he does have his Blink Stalkers. Does move out to dance with the army, and we'll see how this unit interaction works. Does take down the initial minion already here, and something that we did find out, or at least that I perceived last week, is that it does feel like the Protoss, the SC2 Protoss race, is the most well. How do I put this? It feels like the most,
The best counter.
the best counter to all the Warcraft 3 races, just because it's quite similar in the sense that you have less units as well, but each unit has their own spell, and that they are able to like keep up power wise with the units of Warcraft 3.
Yeah, I feel like. Yeah, that's a give and take, right? I was gonna say, well, what about Brute War Protoss? But yeah, that's a give and take. Brute War Protoss, I think, is a bit tankier than StarCraft 2 Protoss, but they don't really have the same number of spells, and they don't quite have the same firepower as StarCraft 2 Protoss does. Like Dragoons, they don't have any spells. Blink Stalkers, though, that you can research Blink, you can blink them back.
Yeah, there's a little more like of an efficient style here that you can play, so we'll see if MacSed can keep up. So far, dancing with the army. Likewise, we actually have a... Okay. I thought we were going to push to the center, but again, just trying to take over the laboratory here throughout the center, and the third base is getting fully operational here for MacSed, getting into Archon in charge behind this.
I see Darkwing in the chat. What kind of... Is this the new Smash Brothers? No, that's Heroes of the Storm is Blizzard Smash Brothers.
Yo,
This
shout,
is Marvel versus Capcom.
there you go. Shout out to El Padrino, papi, talking in the chats. Buenos dias. Good to see you always, as we are settling in to, Smash. No, what did you say? Marvel versus Capcom 3? There you go.
Versus Capcom. Yeah. Great fighting game.
Yeah. There you go. Beautiful.
It's always my go-to in the arcade. Well, then a very niche fighting game called Barugu that was very different from any other fighting game out there.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I don't want to go into my monologue because I feel like I will start ranting about it, and I'll never stop talking. But we have a game to cast in front of us, and Max said he is geared up for his push. Got a lot of zealots here for tanking, and a lot of Archons in the back. Stalkers, they're just blinking forward and blinking back, trying to see what they can poke and prod around.
Yeah, you can see the attempted surround. MacSed coming in from behind, trying to look down the army. Yeah, Charge to do collapse in. Meanwhile, looks like Xiaose, he will be able to barely get away.
Yeah, gonna be able to keep his Archmage alive. His Shal, the Light Binder. Almost said Light Bringer, but that's copyrighted by Uther. Archon's putting in a lot of work with this splash damage. These footmen and these peasants really having a tough time over here in this choke point.
Yeah, Zealot reinforcements have arrived as well. The tower does go down. The peasants doing what they can, but likewise they're going to be falling one after the other. And you can see slowly but surely MacSed is getting on top of that hero.
Yeah, poor Shal, the Light Binder.
Yeah, he just can't really keep up. He barely does hold though. The riflemen, they hold their own. They force back the army. Once again, they were waiting for more reinforcements. Another wave of Archons on the way.
Yeah, but you know what else is on the way?
He's back.
Moradin. That's rocked up. Armun Ironcliff, apparently.
He's ready to clap some Archons, man. Let's go! As Thunderclap is going to be reassured. The first Archon going to be going down. Not bad. Also slows the army, but it's only a level 1 Mountain King, though. It's being targeted down.
Level 1, no items. Immediately gets targeted down. Poor Moradin.
Oh, God.
Always the first to go. Meanwhile, yeah, the Protoss army is getting chased back. These Dwarven Riflemen actually doing a really good job of just keeping the Protoss army at bay, you know, getting a little bit of damage in the retreat here and there.
Yeah, they're able to hold their own. They're able to protect the Archmage just barely. Likewise, let's go. We got the Goblin Shredder. That should just be from mining, unfortunately. So he's just going to get heading over here to get into that economy. But you can see that MacSed has not been stopping behind this third base fully operational, fourth base fully operational as well. He has a booming economy here, and MacSed is just never going to allow the army to move out to ever think about expanding or even getting a third base. It's not going to happen.
Goblin Shredder?
Yeah. You can see it's in the natural.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to question why goblins are on the side of humans, but I think it's just they got paid money. So
Yeah. They're mercenaries.
they like money a lot, yeah.
Yeah. You can buy them from the Goblin Laboratory. If you click on it, you can see the units that you can buy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's where you get the template. That's how you drop.
Ah.
And you can scan. The reveal is basically a scan.
I can see. Damn.
But behind
yeah,
us,
it only costs Betsfiend.
yeah, there you go. Or minerals, I guess.
Yeah.
Gold.
Yeah.
Is that what I wanted to say? Yeah, that's it.
Gold, minerals.
Yeah. It's kind of the
They're
same.
just rocks. They're just rocks.
True. As the army dives in, and the Archmage is going to be forced to teleport away. Will survive, but the rest of the army does teleport as well. Oh my god. Hey.
Yeah, that priest with its dying breath teleported the rest of the army back, and that was a really good position for MacSed to fight. And I think he's aware of that, so he's just going to be waiting out here with his army and just going to be reinforcing. He's actually maxed out right now, so waiting to max out before pushing in once again.
He's going to deny the third base, also rotate over. At the same time, Colossus kiting back here against Rifleman. Once again, the force fields will lock down the Rifleman, and this time there is no teleport.
No, there is not. A couple Archons providing high ground vision as well, really allowing these Colossus to rip these wolves to shreds. I mean, you know, Colossus, they're used to killing man with gun. Riflemen, they're just short man with gun.
Yeah, exactly. And the short man with gun, I mean, they're holding their own for a bit here, but more Zealots have arrived, more Archons as well, and Max said he's breaking into the natural once again.
Yeah, that third base does get denied, which might not be the biggest of deals here for the Warcraft 3 player, and especially the human player, but there's still a lot of breathing room that MacSed is buying for himself. Every time he pushes Xiaose back, it's allowing him to expand. He's getting a 6 space.
Jesus. Yeah, 6 space is getting him running once again, checking for a third. There is no third in sight, and now he can commit. And once again, there's just no counterplay to these force fields. There's nothing to break them.
Yeah, no massive units.
Yeah,
Are there any massive units in Warcraft 3, actually?
I'm sure like stone giants and units like that count as massive, I'm sure. But for now, we do have, oh, let's go. We do have Frost Nova? No, what's it called?
Frostfall?
Blizzard,
Frostfall?
that's it. Blizzard here on the main army. Colossus, they break through nonetheless. The Archmage finally goes down.
And with it, so do Xiaose's chances. GG is called. MacSed gonna be taking game number 1, with the first one to take a map using a StarCraft 2 race this evening.
True. GG, well played.
Oh. Yeah, also, I was gonna say, that's very on the nose, Blizzard. As a spell, it's like, okay, fine. We'll let you have one.
There you go. Yeah, for some reason I was thinking like Frost Rain or something, but no. Blizzard was the AoE.
Oh, here's the thing. I believe in Heroes of the Storm, Jaina's ult that does something like that is called like Frost Ring or Ring of Frost or something like that. So it's a much better name, if you ask me. But
it's all good, so good. But yeah, GG, well played. MacSed does take a lead in the series, does snowball out of control, and we'll see if Xiaose can fight back and force the ace match. Again, I believe the rule is loser's pick, so we'll see if Xiaose does commit to SC2, or sorry, it does commit to Warcraft 3, or if he switches over to SC2 instead, or sorry, even StarCraft 1, as he has been looking to embrace.
Yeah, if he does, I hope we don't see humans again. I like a little bit of variety here.
Oh, or if he does, he has to open up with the Mountain King, right? Like we gotta be clapping some Protoss. We got.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What? We haven't seen the what's it called? The elf hero.
True.
We've seen the Archmage.
Mhm.
We've seen the Mountain King. We've seen the Paladin.
True.
We haven't seen the whatever the elf is called.
We'll
It's not Kael'thas.
Nah.
Fuck that guy.
Jesus.
Hate him so much. Anyway, we're gonna be continuing our series now on Abyssal Reef, where we're in the bottom right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom right. We have our blue Zerg player coming out from the land of China. He is going to be one half of SC Boy. The not as cool half, we have Xiaose playing Brute Wars.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the human player, the red human from the land of China, representing Invictus Gaming. It is MacSed. Warcraft units have so much HP, Souls just tickling them. They do, but they do tickle them to death. Like, again, I think something that was really interesting to see when it comes to that dynamic is just the efficiency. The efficiency of MacSed. It took a while to really get things going, but once he got the ball rolling with those Archons, with the Chargers, with all that splash damage, then, yeah, we saw that Xiaose had a really hard time keeping up.
Yeah, that's really the best way of dealing with Warcraft races, I suppose, is just being very aggressive, very up in their faces, and basically making sure that you can expand. I think that's priority numero uno for... I mean, it's always important in StarCraft and StarCraft 2 to get your economy up and running, but especially when you're up against Warcraft 3 races, which are designed to be very strong and low economy, you have to be able to overwhelm them just with how rich you are.
100%. And MacSed, he was able to, as we mentioned, like really freely and safely expand. He was untouched the entire game. We had the first initial move out from Xiaose when he tried to rush into the Archmage and rush across the map, but he didn't really accomplish much with it, and after that he was just stuck at home the entire game. We'll see how our dynamic changes here. We saw Xiaose go hatch, gas, hatch, so very greedy build out of our Brood War Zerg player. Meanwhile, we see MacSed once again is going to be following Xiaose's lead and opening up Archmage.
Yeah. Archmage. I was gonna say it's kind of weird seeing an Archmage like riding into battle on a horse, but then I realized that basically the Shaman does the same thing, but with a wolf instead. So
True.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You mean Drow? Drow?
Yeah, Thrall. You know, he's a Shaman.
He is.
He's the Shaman.
He's the Green Jesus.
Yeah. It's a hell of a promotion. He went from Green Moses to Green Jesus.
There you go. As we are just gonna be.
Chris Metzen.
I think they're bringing him back. I think they're doing something with the lore.
They are. Yeah. They are. He's like, I'm gonna make the final 3. I'm gonna write the final 3 expansions of WoW.
I'll save you,
Oh,
and
I
then
don't
I'm
think
out.
they actually confirmed it's gonna be the final 3, but it seems very likely it's gonna be the final 3.
Well, they said it was like a
For WoW
trilogy
2.
to like wrap up their current storyline, and after that maybe a WoW 2, maybe not. Hard to say. But, let's go.
Something else to get Milk and Cookies to play.
Not the call outs, man. Oh my god. True. And Milk? Huh? When are you playing StarCraft again?
Huh?
SMH.
SMH. Meanwhile, yeah.
Let's go. I was gonna say we need someone to yell at Yakuzaku.
Yeah. True. Otherwise, the lessons don't stick. I keep doing the same mistakes over and over again and be like, why am I losing games?
No.
Yeah, Xiaose really using the map to his advantage this time. He has a very strong defensive setup here on Abyssal Reef, which is something you can do fairly easily on Abyssal Reef. So, yeah, he's just walling off that ramp, and he's making sure there's only one entrance point into his bases.
Yeah, he comes in for the surround, locks down both those Fullman. They're going to be falling one after the other here. We do have some healing coming in, but despite that, the Fullman, they're going to be going down. Only 2 of them remaining. The Archmage is a bit exposed here, but thankfully can support himself with the minion and will force back those Hydras.
Yeah, the Archmage is pretty strong, but it only has single target damage. And it's not a very quick attack either, so you'll notice a lot more Zerg. A lot more Lings than you would expect to survive. Did survive.
Exactly. There's no Frost Nova, like we saw with the Lich earlier. Lings, likewise, they just bypass the main army. They head across the map, going into the mineral line. They can try to harass, but again, there is, of course, that rally that you can ring the town bell or the town hall, and you can, of course, rally your army to defend.
Yeah. I'm seeing some defensive SimCity as well coming out here from MacSed, so yeah, these Lings having a very tough time. Once again, getting attacked by man with gun, but shorter man with gun.
True.
It's a bigger gun, though, I think.
It's a big gun. It's bigger than them. Like,
compensating for something?
I'm pretty sure the gun is taller than the dwarves, right? Like
they actually are. You can see them you can see them sometimes. The animation, they put the gun on your shoulder.
Yeah.
It is actually, yeah.
It's huge.
It's at least the same size as them.
There you go.
You have a Goblin Shredder.
Goblin Shredder has arrived. Lings likewise trying to find a way in. Once again, coming in for this round. Nice use of the minion here. Going to be avoiding any kind of service area on that Archbishop or Archmage, and with that, does defend.
Yeah. It's Xiaose constantly trying to dive in and out, trying to find any sort of vulnerability, but not quite getting it. Again, Abyssal Reef, it's a very defensible map.
Oh yeah, very defendable, and unlike some of the previous games, Xiaose, he's actually comfortably getting into an economy here. You know, his natural's up and running, his third base getting up and running, fourth base on the way as well. From here, I'm curious where he takes us. I would have assumed he would have gone Ling into Hydra Lurker, but I believe we saw a Queen's Nest being thrown down instead, so we're actually taking up into Hive, and we have some Queens on the way.
Yeah, quite a number of them, 6 Queens.
Jesus.
Now, on the way, hey, I mean, Ensnare is pretty good.
Yeah, we can ensnare, which is kind of like the Brood War version of fungal growth. That's definitely something that we can see here. Outside of that, we can parasite, I guess, for some vision. Likewise, we do have our second hero on the way from MacSed. He's getting into the Kingmate. He's coming.
Oh! As flying machines coming out here. Gyrocopters.
Yeah, let's
I
go.
was gonna say, we haven't really been able to see much flying units from the side of the Warcraft 3 players yet, and understandably so. I think they are a little bit of a higher tier in Warcraft than compared to StarCraft.
Yeah, we'll see if we get some death animations here, because last week we saw a lot of flying machines die, and every single time they have like a one-liner. Whenever they died, it became something. Let me tell you guys. Oh my god, we do have the Queens diving in. They're huge. Oh my Jesus, they're massive.
Yeah, especially compared to the Gyrocopters.
All right. What do you get the first parasite here?
Yeah. Whoa, flying machines have a siege mode? I was not aware of that.
They do?
You click on them, on the detector, it's like type siege, disabled. So I guess you have to research it?
Oh, there you go. That might be for their AoE damage, because they can do some AoE.
Ah.
True. But now we do have Xiaose looking to dive in. Likewise, the flying machine's coming behind. The goal here is to dive on top of the army. Meanwhile, we're doing Thunderclap. Oh my god.
Massive Thunderclap on the vast majority of the Lings and the Hydras as well. A lot of Queens is starting to go down to these flying machines. Flying machines, very tanky. One of them dies.
Yeah, one of them does die. As we do clean up every single one of those Queens here. The Thunderclaps are insane. Can you hear them?
I can hear them scream. I couldn't hear any one-liners.
Okay. I think you have to zoom in for that. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I mean, the thunderclaps are crazy here. You can see the dead bodies left over, by the way, of the Ling Hydra, and it was insane just how heavily that King carried.
Oh, yeah. Clapping some Zerg.
Oh, yeah. He clapped everyone. It's crazy.
Yeah. Clap the queens, clap the Lings. They all fall down.
Yeah, with that max that he does hold, we can see Xiaose massing up another wave of Ling Hydra. This time he has less queens to work with. Again, the queens didn't really help too much. Sure, that he was able to ensnare the army completely, but I mean, the Lings came to the army anyway. Like it was.
Yeah. It's so you're not ensnared here with me. I'm ensnared here with you.
Or the other way around.
Oh, yeah, wait, look.
It's fine. It's fine. At the same time, the flying machine is going to be heading on over here. I imagine trying to hunt down some of those overlords. Yeah, they're on the way.
Yeah, being shut down.
Jesus. And that's going to be a heavy supply book, by the way.
Yeah. So look at all these vulnerable overlords.
Oh, no. No, they're trying to escape. And Queen goes down. More overlords going to be falling as well. Hydras are coming to support, but so many overlords go down. Oh, my God.
It's a heavy supply block. Look at that. Hey, let's look. We actually had a couple of defilers eating Zerg units, not just to gain energy, but also to clean up some supply.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, defilers did arrive. We do move out across the map. With, of course, the defilers, we do have plagues available. True, so we can try to play the army. Once again, we do see the attempted surround. Up.
Another massive thunderclap, and now we have Griffin Riders with Stormhammer upgrade, so they actually deal AoE damage now.
Yeah, exactly. Do dive in. Likewise, Darkstorm here on the army, trying to buy some time. The Hydras are being forced back once again.
Darkstorm was pretty good, but not good enough. It was a decent concave, but just way too much damage and way too much AoE here for our human player. MacSed coming in with his dwarf. Coming in with everything and just hammering and clapping away.
Yeah, and the Paladin, the heals were non-stop on that Dwarf, on that Mountain King. He would not go down, he would not die, would not perish, he does commit. And the Hydras, they just melt here before the might of the human army as he is breaking through, getting into the base, and there's not really much left here to survive. There's a couple Lings, there's one Hydra left over. The base is gonna fall.
We just saw an almost maxed out Zerg army get destroyed by a dwarf. Pretty much nothing but dwarves. You know, the Griffin Riders, the Gyrocopters, they're all dwarf pilots.
I wish it showed how many kills like the Mountain King had. Like once again, he just claps, pops off on the Lings, and the Lings are just melting before the army. GG gets called, and MacSed he will take game number 2 and the series 2-0.
GG.
GG, well played. MacSed does take it again. He's the reigning champion for this tournament, so I mean, he's going to be expected to make a deep run here, but at least we're able to see him flex both his, you know, human Warcraft 3 and also his Protoss as well, looking strong in both.
Yeah. Be nice to see him flex some Orc from time to time, but yeah.
We'll have to request for some Orc gameplay at some point. We'll get there. We'll get there.
We have to make that a rule.
Oh, no. As that is going to lead us into our next semifinals here. So we have our second semifinals of the night, making the way through the lower bracket. We do have 2 players rocking up here. We have a Karma Prime going up against Infi.